Hello everybody from Plant Reviews. Today the 31st of March and I'm talking in this video about the Narcissus Mike Pollock. This is not a very common Narcissus. I bought it from Scamp Daffodils that as you know is one of my best suppliers of daffodils. Probably I love this nursery because it has really a huge variety of daffodils. Narcissus Mike Pollock belongs to the group 8 of the daffodils, so the tazetta daffodils. And it is a daffodil that is about 40-50 centimeters tall, so it is pretty much medium sized for a daffodil. This variety was selected by the hybridizer Rose Warren EHS in England and registered in 1996. The registrant was the Cornwall Area Bulb Growers Association. Many daffodils selected in the UK, and in particular tazetta daffodils, many tazetta daffodils that were actually selected or result of hybridizing or crossing in Cornwall. And this probably US Cornwall is probably the warmest part of England, and tazetta daffodils among daffodils are the ones that prefer warmer conditions anyway. But I have to say, I live in USDA 8 and they do perfectly fine in Kent all year round, at least most of the tazetta hybrids. Of course, I don't own any possible tazetta daffodil variety, but I have to say that I didn't have any problems with any tazetta daffodils. Maybe the Chinese sacred lily is a little bit more tricky to grow in Kent USDA 8 because it flowers in full winter, usually January and February. So if it's very cold, the flowers might get damaged by frost. However, Mike Pollock is blooming now at the end of March, and as you can see, it is the flowers are very perfectly fine. Even if actually yesterday night was a pretty chilly temperature, was about probably 1 degree, and I also found some frost, some ice on the car when I left home to come here at the allotment to make this video. About the Mike Pollock, this variety, the seed parent is Matador and the pollen parent is Narcissus jonquilla. That is a Narcissus in the species Narcissus that it belongs to quite a different type of daffodil in comparison to tazetta. However, they crossbreed, and Narcissus jonquilla is also a very nice fragrance. The flowers usually are about 4 to 8 flowers per stem. You can see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and some of them unfortunately has been eaten by slugs, but luckily they left several flowers for me to enjoy. The perianth, you see the 6 tepals are yellow with a bright orange crown, as you can see. Here I'm focusing on the flower. About the fragrance, I have to say that this tazetta is probably one of the most complex fragrances, because it kind of combines all the fragrances of the tazetta. So I can smell the sweetness, like in a pepper white, but also there's a little bit of fruity scent, as in some of my favorite variety of tazettas, like the Odoratus or the Margherita Patten or the Killara, really nice. But also I can smell a little bit of minty licorice scent that is a very very faint note that had a pretty nice is a pretty nice addition to the overall fragrance. So definitely, if you're looking for a daffodil for fragrance, I can recommend Mike Pollock. It has a very peculiar fragrance. The intensity of the fragrance, I would say, is pretty strong. probably 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, but I have to say today is very cold, so maybe it will be a 10 out of 10 in a warmer day. However, remember that sensitivity to fragrances is different in different people, so you might have a nose more or less sensitive than mine, and you might find different intensity of the fragrance, but it is definitely a very nicely fragrant daffodil, in my opinion. So I will do my best to grow it and multiply it, and maybe at some point to cross it with other nice fragrant variety of daffodil and start my own hybridizing project. As usual for daffodils, the bulbs are to be planted in autumn, about 10 centimeters deep, a little bit more shallow of course if you plant them in a pot like mine, well-drained soil, and ideally full sun or at least partial shade. The leaves will start sprouting in late autumn or winter, and the blooms in this particular variety, the flowers, will bloom in early spring, late winter, early spring. Today again is the 31st of March, so it is, I would say, yes, we are still in the very early part of spring in the United Kingdom. About the hardness of this plant is hardy definitely in the USDA 8 and 9. Some tazetta daffodils can be also cultivated in USDA 7. However, tazetta daffodils are a little bit more sensitive than say trumpet daffodils or large cap daffodils to low temperatures. So in my experience, I would say that probably, according to what I read, 7 is the lower USDA zone you can go for cultivating tazetta daffodils. However, of course, if you have different information than me, and for your own experience they can grow even in zone 6 or lower, please let me know in the comments down below. I will be very happy to broaden my knowledge about cultivation requirements of tazetta daffodils. Of course, everybody learns all the time in life, so, and it's very important to know the experiences of other fellow gardeners as well. Some sun is now shining. I just moved the pot, and as you can see here, the color of the daffodils of this daffodil Mike Pollock are really bright. Definitely not only an incredibly fragrant daffodil, but also a really nice, beautiful color. The peculiarity, I think, of this daffodil is that many of the flower stems, rather than being vertical, the flowers lie in almost a like spherical, or sometimes like this, an horizontal fashion. So like it's horizontal arrangement, sorry, not fashion, an horizontal arrangement. So it is quite peculiar from this point of view, but again, definitely I absolutely recommend this flower for this variety for fragrance. As usual, thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, it would be great if you can please give a thumbs up, and if you like this video and the other videos on my channel, it would be great if you can please subscribe. It's completely free for you, but in this way you contribute to support my channel and make more videos. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye.